Welcome to Netlinked Weekly, guys. As always, we've got what's hot, awesome deals, and tips and news. And of course, the NCIX St. Patrick's Day sale event, which is all about sort of, good, clean, wholesome fun, and of course, deals on electronics as usual. There's a Linus hidden somewhere in the image, and I actually managed to find him this week, which means hopefully you guys can find him. Just click the link to the banner vault below to check out the full resolution sale banner done by the legendary NCIX artist Tom himself. So let's have a look at a few featured deals from this sale. Number one is the Asus Zenbook. So it's not often we see Zenbooks. Remember, that is the premium tier Ultrabook from Asus, whereas the VivoBook is the mainstream tier, under $1,000. So this one's $850 for a Core i5, 6 gigs of RAM, 500 gig drive, 13.3-inch screen, and of course, unlike the VivoBook, it includes Asus's accidental damage warranty. So that's a pretty compelling value right there, given that you're also getting a better hardware spec and a more rigidly built shell as well. Sanyo Eneloop Power Pack, overnight rechargeable battery charger. So this is like a family pack. Comes with 8 AA's, 2 AAA's, comes with a charger as well as a couple of C-size adapters and a couple of D-size adapters. So you don't get any more capacity, you still get AA capacity, so it's more like a quick fix for a flashlight or something like that, but those adapters will make them actually physically fit into those devices. Our next deal is an HP Pavilion EAPU notebook. This is an 11.6-inch notebook with HDMI, 640 gig drive, Windows 7, which people seem to like still these days, and it's only $339, so there you go. Hard to go wrong with a deal like that. And we've got a PNY GTX 670 for $360, $340 after a mail-in rebate. 670 is still a very compelling value and has a much better price to performance ratio than the higher-end GTX 680. A couple of those in SLI will even give something like a Titan a run for its money in a lot of different titles, assuming you're not running at surround resolution where you benefit from more GPU memory. We've also got a bundle deal, so there's been a lot of hype about Crysis 3 and Far Cry 3 and some of these new games being better optimized for multi-threaded, multi-core processors. So you can get an FX 8350 with an Asus M5A99FX Pro R2.0 motherboard for $329 after a mail-in rebate, which is a pretty good deal considering that's about what it costs for a 3770K, or for a 3570K and a motherboard is actually going to be a little bit more than that. So we have our news for the week. This is NCIX news. The NCIX.com iPhone app has landed. So you have full access to the product catalog, weekly sale updates. You can use the search engine to find products quickly. It's actually pretty fluid, so it's a nice browsing experience compared to using the desktop website on your iPhone. You can use a barcode reader to find products online by searching for the UPC code and store favorite items in your wish list. Basically, all that good stuff that you could do on the regular website, including placing orders using credit card, PayPal, or whatever else you want, you can now do with an iPhone app. Unfortunately, there's no Android app yet, but iPhone's there, so we have to hope that the NCIX coding team is working on getting even more good stuff done. So very, very exciting stuff. Speaking of exciting mobile Android stuff, the Samsung Galaxy S4 event was a couple of days ago, and we've got way more details than we had previously about this next generation smartphone. So I've actually got the Galaxy S4 here to show you. Actually, I'm just kidding. This is the S3, but it looks an awful lot like the S4. So they've changed a couple things about the layout of the phone. They've repositioned some indicators. They have actually narrowed the bezel on the phone, so it goes almost edge to edge. It is a 5-inch Full HD AMO LED screen, so it's not LCD. These are actually organic light-emitting diodes, meaning you'll get super deep blacks and the same vibrant colors that you got on the S3. There's a couple different versions, just like with the S3. So there's a 1.9 gigahertz quad-core or a 1.6 gigahertz octo-core, which will be a first. We haven't seen any octa-core smartphones yet. Extremely exciting. It's a slightly bigger battery, 13 megapixel rear camera, as well as a couple more interesting Samsung features. So there's one that allows you to use the touch screen without actually quite touching the screen, and a new one that follows your eyes and will actually pause your videos for you if you look away, which is kind of neat. It should work for, at least, okay, some of the eye tracking features haven't worked 100% in the past for everyone, but there are other people who report that they work perfectly. So that is a very cool feature if it works for you. and BlackBerry Secure Workspace to be available on Android and iOS. This is a very strange thing because it helps BlackBerry's branding as, secure and business oriented and all of that good stuff. But what it sort of is weird to me anyway, the way that that's weird is that it takes away some of the advantages for customers who actually choose a BlackBerry platform, because they can get those security features on an iOS or an Android platform. So this is sort of, looks like a competitor for something like Samsung's Knox technology, which allows you to have a personal sort of segment of your phone and then a work segment of your phone, and have all the security stuff here with your work being able to manage it. So bring your own device to work without your work people having access to all the stuff you want to keep in your personal side. So that's very, very cool, and we're interested to see how that exactly pans out. So that's been Netlinked Weekly. Don't forget to tune in every week for what's hot, awesome deals and tips and news. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to NCIX Tech Tips.